All right, today we're going to talk about something a little different. We're diving into the truly bizarre and hilarious story of the feathered mayor of Giggleville.
Okay, let me ask you something. What would you do if a chicken, and I mean a regular, clucking, pecking chicken, actually became the mayor of your town? It sounds like a total joke, right? Impossible. Well, guess what? It happened. And the wildest part of this whole thing is that the chicken was actually a better mayor than the humans.
So how on earth does something like that even happen? Well, to get it, you've got to understand the town where this all went down. Giggleville. And believe me, Giggleville had let's just say, a unique problem.
Look, this place wasn't just quiet, it was like aggressively, painfully boring. To give you an idea, the biggest headline of the entire year was about a goat that escaped and ate the mayor's flowers. Yeah, that's the level of excitement we're talking about.
So into this thrilling metropolis, the town finds itself needing a new mayor. But as you can probably imagine, there was a little problem.
And that problem was absolutely nobody wanted the job. I mean, think about it. Being the mayor of Giggleville meant your entire day would be spent dealing with complaints about, like, cats staring weirdly at dogs, or people getting mad about roosters crowing too early. It was this totally thankless, boring, and just ridiculous job.
So who finally steps up to the plate? Just one guy, a dude named Bob. And his grand motivation? It wasn't some noble sense of civic duty. Nope. Bob just thought there might be free snacks at the town meetings. That's it. That was the best candidate Giggleville could find.
But right when things looked their most boring, everything was about to change. Because the story's real hero was about to enter the picture. A hero that nobody, and I mean especially not Bob, ever saw coming.
And that hero was a chicken named Nugget. Now, you got to understand, Nugget wasn't your average chicken. While all the other chickens were, pecking at dirt, Nugget was out there being a chicken of the people. He'd just wander through town, kind of watch what the humans were up to, and he had this notorious habit of stealing French fries. He was a real local character.
Okay, so fast forward to election day. This is where things get really weird. Nugget, just doing his thing, strolls right into the town hall. He hops up on the table and just starts pecking at the ballot box. And somebody makes a joke, well, looks like the chicken's voting for himself. And that was it. That one little joke just snowballed. It turned into this massive town-wide protest vote.
So the votes were in, the joke was made, and now it was time for the count.
And oh my gosh, it wasn't even close. Nugget the chicken wins by a total landslide. He got 137 votes. And Bob, our guy who was just in it for the snacks, he pulled in a respectable 3 votes. And Bob's reaction to this crushing defeat? Just pure relief. He literally said, "Thank goodness." He never wanted the job in the first place. And just like that, Giggleville officially had a chicken for a mayor.
So what happens next? What happens when an entire town accidentally elects a chicken? Well, you get something that people started calling the nugget effect. And this is where the story gets really interesting. See, instead of just laughing it off and ignoring this ridiculous result, the people of Giggleville felt this weird sense of duty. It was like this collective thought bubble appeared over the whole town that said, we can't disappoint the chicken.
And you know what? Mayor Nugget had this shockingly effective leadership style. It was a super simple 3-step plan. Step 1, he'd just walk around town. Step 2, if he saw something wrong, like a broken fence or some trash, he'd just back at it. And step 3, he'd just stand there and stare at the closest human until they got so uncomfortable they just went and fixed it. It's kind of genius, right?
So, under Mayor Nugget's silent, watchful eye, the town actually started looking great. Things were getting done. But then, just when everything was going so well, disaster struck, right before the big annual Giggleville Festival. I mean, it was a complete catastrophe. The main stage for the music, it collapsed. The food trucks, all of them canceled last minute. And the band they hired, yeah, they got lost. The entire festival was about to be a total bust.
So was that it? After all this progress, was the whole thing just ruined? Was the biggest event of the year just done for?
Not a chance. Mayor Nugget struts onto the scene, hops up on what's left of the broken stage, and just starts flapping his wings like crazy. And that That one ridiculous image was all it took. Inspired by their flapping, feathered leader, the townspeople just came together. They rebuilt the stage themselves, people from town started bringing food to share, someone's cousin who was in a band got up and played, and they ended up putting on the absolute best festival in Giggleville history.
And that right there, that festival cemented Nugget's status. He wasn't just some joke mayor anymore. He was a local hero. He was a legend.
And that's when the people of Giggleville had this big aha moment. They realized the chicken didn't actually do anything to fix the town. They did it. They were the ones who worked together and took charge. Nugget, well, he was just the catalyst. He was just a really, really good supervisor. And so to honor his contribution, the town actually built a statue of him. The plaque on it says, Mayor Nugget, the chicken who fixed Giggleville. A permanent monument to their feathery leader.
You know, when you really think about it and you list out Mayor Nugget's qualities, he inspires teamwork, he's a great supervisor, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What do we actually want from our leaders?
So I guess the moral of this crazy story is a pretty simple one, but it's a good one. Never, ever underestimate a chicken, especially one with great leadership skills.